Alice, you are now in Sleepwalkers, which is sure to be one of the hits of the season. I guess Stephen King actually wrote the script for this movie?
Yes, he did.
And this was not even a book before. This was actually his first script?
Absolutely. And the only way you can get to experience it is by coming to the theater.
Do you think that this will be even more popular now because of the hit, Silence of the Lambs being an Academy Award winner? I mean, do you think that horror films are going to be the big thing now?
It would be great for us if it was. There certainly seems to be a lot of people out there who are kind of excited by this kind of movie, by something that's quite frightening. What's interesting about Sleepwalkers is that Mr. King gave a spin to it that's quite ironic and tongue-in-cheek, so that although it's quite shocking and takes your breath away, in the very next moment you laugh, which is a great combination, I think, to have gotten a shock and then just to laugh because of the take, the kind of spin that he put on it.
Tell me about your character. It's not exactly the ordinary.
Mary is a sleepwalker, which means that she's a shape-shifting creature. She assumes a human form to survive, because what happens with sleepwalkers is that as a vampire would suck human blood, sleepwalkers not only suck human blood and flesh, they also take the soul of the victim. And the victims are young, virginal women. So that's where Mary and her son are coming from.
Now, how would you prepare for that character?
Well, Mary is sleepwalkers are kind of part feline, part reptile. So I spent a lot of time playing with cats, and just kind of we have lots of lizards near where we live, so I watched lizards, played with cats, and just let my imagination run wild.
Now, how would you describe this film to somebody? I mean, would you describe it as a thriller? What would this story? What could you sum up in about a minute and tell people to have them go and see the film?
I saw it on Sunday, and was totally surprised at how funny it was, how shocked I was, although I knew what was coming. I still hung on to the guy next to me. It made me laugh a lot. And that combination of laughing and being shocked was just very amusing. I left with a smile on my face. And I felt as if I had been on this kind of wild ride. So I was delighted with the way it turned out.
Would you like to do any more Stephen King films?
Why not?
What will we see for you next? What's coming up for you?
A movie called Ecotopia, which is a fantasy piece. But before we get to that, this one is going to be out there in 10 days' time, 10th of April. So I hope very much that people enjoy it as much as I did.
What is the one favorite part of the film that you like the most? As a viewer.
As a viewer?
Yeah. After seeing in the movie theater, what was the one thing that stuck with you?
Oh, it's impossible to choose. It's impossible for me to make a choice like that. There's a lot that I guess there's a wonderful moment when the cats that are Sleepwalkers' mortal enemies, that's the one sort of predator that Sleepwalkers have that can hurt them, when the cats come to the rescue. There's a wonderful moment. It's as if it were the cavalry riding in to kind of relieve the fort. It's a funny, lovely moment.
Well, I appreciate the time you spent with us today, and I really look forward to seeing the film.
Great. I hope you enjoy it.
Thanks again for the time.
Bye.